Hi, my name is Plester. Thank you for taking the time to look at this short video presentation about the hypnotherapy services that I offer. You're probably looking at this because you've been referred to me by a friend, a relative, or even another healthcare professional. In which case you're looking at this to be absolutely sure that I'm the right person to help you. Alternatively, you might have a short list of hypnotherapists that you're looking at, and you kind of just want to be able to choose the right one for what it is that you want to work with. So let's start from the beginning really, because I want to cover a little bit about hypnotherapy in general and the basics that are required in terms of choosing a good hypnotherapist. But then I also want to talk about what differentiates the services that I offer from other hypnotherapists. So let's look at the basics first of all, because you've probably noticed that there are literally hundreds of hypnotherapists out there. In fact, even in a local area, you know, it might be running into thousands. The local national provider of hypnotherapy, for example, the training school locally, you know, has 30 students on its current course, and it runs 2 of those a year. And if you take all the other smaller providers, the more cottage industry providers of hypnotherapy training, you know, there's probably not far short of 100 hypnotherapists being trained every year just in the local area. So you really kind of got to look at, you know, what is the difference between the different hypnotherapists out there. And most of them are coming out with basic hypnotherapy qualifications, and be assured that they are basic, but they're basic enough to get, you know, a professional body membership and to get insurance, which are, you know, 2 of the key basics. It cuts out the correspondence course providers, for example. Is it enough? The answer to that is absolutely not. In order to be really confident that you're choosing the right person, you know, they've got to have at least an advanced hypnotherapy diploma. That shows that they've done double the training of somebody who's got a basic hypnotherapy diploma. Is that enough? No, it certainly isn't enough. What you're also looking for is that they've got some specialist training. They've gone on to do specialist training in the areas that they're specialising in, whether it's NLP, CBT, thought field therapy, whatever it is that they're specialising in. They've got specialist qualifications behind them as well. Is that enough? Probably not, because you want to be working with somebody who's experienced. Now, since I started in the late 90s, I've worked with lots of different therapeutic methods. I've gone to find out what are the things that work the best. What are the methods that get the maximum results and get the results the quickest. And over the years, I've worked with so many different types of hypnotherapy methods that I've found the methods that get the best results and consistently. So you're looking to get somebody that has a lot of experience with lots of different conditions and lots of different problems, so that you can rest assured that if you're going to be working with somebody, if you're going to be trusting somebody with your mind, then not only are they highly qualified in their area, but they have some good solid experience behind them as well. The next thing is, well, what kind of hypnotherapy do they do? Because there are 2 schools of hypnotherapy out there. There's the school of hypnotherapy that's about regression. It's about kind of looking at the cause of the problem and taking people back in hypnosis to those so-called root causes with a view to kind of changing them or reprocessing them in some way. And this can be painful, traumatic therapy, you know, when it goes back to events that in many ways you know about, but are best left where they are, i.e. in the past. So there's hypnotherapy methods that go along those lines. that is an area that I specialise in, although I've worked in that area in the early days. But I just found that over the years, people kept coming back with the same old thing. There'd be a little bit of enlightenment, but it didn't last. So I use more modern therapeutic methods, and I've been trained by the world leading trainers in hypnosis, for example, Paul McKenna, in neuro-linguistic programming by Dr. Richard Bandler, in thought field therapy, which is Dr. Roger Callahan. I've gone and trained with the best people in their fields, and I'm also recommended or have worked with those people in the past. So I've gone to find the best methods that get the best results. So I'm doing modern hypnotherapy methods that are more innovative, more cutting edge. It's about dealing with what's going on in the present and dealing with it in an effective way. My freedom formula for change programs, take all these best methods and are very much about looking at how somebody's thinking in the present. What is it that you're thinking that leads to the feelings, the states and the behaviour that results from that? And my therapy is very much about interrupting those patterns, spoiling those patterns, and then beginning to reprogramming those patterns with thoughts and strategies that are more helpful, more useful, and that are aimed very specifically at getting the results that you want. So my method of therapy is very much a proactive method of therapy. It's about getting things done and getting things done quickly. My style of therapy is not about talking about the same thing week in, week out. Sometimes, in some cases, for years with some therapists. Very rarely do I go beyond 5 sessions with clients unless it's some of the most difficult cases, because it's very much about getting results and doing things quickly so you get out there in real life and get back to normal without kind of over-analysing things, which can often make things worse. Some therapists think that finding the root cause of the problem will solve it. You only have to look at phobias to realise that that's wrong. Most people know where their phobia came from, but it doesn't solve it. So I'm more about finding out the thinking that goes behind it and changing the thinking. And using thought field therapy in particular, I also can deal with the negative emotions, any emotional baggage that's going on there, very quickly, very effectively, and content free, so you don't have to talk about it for hours on end. So getting the right therapy is crucial. So choose me if you want to pick and choose the best, most innovative methods of therapy that get the best results. Choose me also if you want to combine that with the best methods of hypnosis. I've trained with Paul McKenna, the world's leading hypnotist. I've been fortunate to assist him. He's recommended me clients over the years. So I use, the methods of Paul McKenna in conjunction with the latest scientific developments. Within the hypnosis sessions I do, I'm using binaural beats, subliminal messaging, left-right brain technologies. I'm using all these things so you get a CD quality in your head experience when you're doing a hypnosis session with me. In addition, I'm also a specialist in conversational hypnosis. So even before you go into the official trance, I'm already doing hypnotic methods with you conversationally. So what might seem a conversation is actually some very specific hypnotic language patterns that are leading your mind in a different direction. So I use state-of-the-art methods in order to get a quality hypnosis experience, and I'm tailoring it direct to you. I'm not reading scripts like a lot of hypnotherapists do. I'm not going down the lazy route of just reading a script, because if you want that, you can get that from a CD. Incidentally, if you suspect this with your hypnotherapist, you know, when you're in trance, just open a little eye and just have a little look. If you notice that they're reading a script, then that's a sign that is going to be as good as it's going to get. It's only as good as the script they read, and they're not really tailoring it to you. So I create in your head very specific, tailored hypnosis that brings all the therapeutic methods together. I support all my hypnotherapy programs not only with comprehensive inner space CDs, so you get hypnotic programming that you can take home, so you get the repetition in terms of reprogramming new ways of thinking. But I also support my programs, you know, the Freedom Formula programs, with the comprehensive book Unleash the Freedom Within. So all my hypnosis and hypnotherapy sessions are supported, you know, by good quality materials, in addition to the, you know, the very tailored specific therapy that you will get from me. So hopefully I've given you lots of reasons why you should choose me as your hypnotherapist. However, feel free to call or email should you have any specific queries or you want to question anything specific about your problem. Incidentally, I am also available to talk about my therapy at any stage one-to-one before committing to a program or a session. I don't do the hard sell gimmicks of, you know, free half sessions or money back guarantees, because at the end of the day, you know, I'm confident that the therapeutic methods and the experience that I have will get the results. Thank you for taking this time to look at this, and I hope to see you soon.